There is something that is changing really rapidly when it comes to fitness and health, and it's this idea of a nocebo effect. We're going to talk about that today. Got a little EMOM workout where I'm basically doing a 115-pound, trying to get a full snatch. Was just feeling tight today, I don't know why. And then I did a 165-pound full clean and power jerk. Every minute on the minute, I did more snatches than cleans, and I just kind of went back and forth, but this is just going to be background footage for talking about what I'm going to pin right now, which is a little snippet of a comment that somebody gave in one of my recent videos of one of my Special Olympics athletes working out, basically saying that her form was bad and she's going to hurt her back doing specific things. Doing like what we were doing was a deadlift in the actual video, but what the big problem with this is, and that people don't realize, and again, this is still kind of, I would say, not new age, but it's a concept where a lot of people know what the placebo effect is, where essentially if you tell somebody that a certain pill is going to give them or elicit an effect on their health or well-being, that they will likely feel better even if the pill isn't actually comprised of anything. So that's why a lot of times in studies they do double-blind placebo tests where they put one group that gets the actual medication and then they do another group where they get a placebo, and neither of them are told, neither of the groups are told what they're getting. In addition to that, neither of the researchers are told which group is which. So it's one of the best ways to try to suss out the placebo effect. But even with those controlled studies, there's still some aspect of you're getting something that you think might help you. So even if you get a placebo in a double-blind placebo study, for example, you still likely would be getting some degree of placebo effect. This same thing can be actually taken to our wards as well, which is kind of the crazy thing and what people don't realize. So a doctor could literally tell somebody, hey, this is going to make you feel better. And again, it could be a placebo. It could be a just, ibuprofen or whatever. And somebody might think it's a pill that's like way, way more stronger than ibuprofen. And they're actually probably going to get more of a potent result just because it's in their mind. So wording is everything, and especially when it comes to lifting, a lot of times people will tell you to not lift too heavy or to not lift too much because you don't want to hurt yourself. And what people don't realize, and again, this is still kind of something that's new to the fitness industry, but hopefully I can bring this to light, is people literally saying to people, don't hurt yourself. And when you do that, you are instilling fear into somebody when they're trying to lift to the point where when they're doing that exercise, all they're going to be thinking about is, oh my gosh, I don't want to hurt myself, don't want to hurt myself, don't want to hurt myself, instead of just trying to lift the best they can with the best form they can with the weight that's appropriate for them. Which is why having a good coach and somebody who knows what they're doing is really important to get them to that fact. So this person commenting on my video, and this is why I'm making such a big deal about it, is because there can be so many people who look at that comment and immediately think, I'm not going to lift ever because I don't want to hurt my back. I don't want to be out of commission forever. And in our reality, the people who get hurt from lifting, such a small minority of the population. Lifting, especially recreational lifting where you're not going super, super heavy, there's a very small percentage of people that get injured doing it. And the people who do get injured from a recreational sense usually are lifting way too much weight for themselves. Or they're just pushing themselves and they know that they're lifting a lot more weight than people normally would when they go to the gym. Basically, it's an average Joe trying to act like an elite athlete, which, of course, as I said, is outside of their current fitness level. Anytime you're pushing yourself out of your fitness level, there's a small chance that you could get injured just because your body is basically not made for that. But that's how we progress, and why it's important to do very small incremental loading over time when it comes to progressing safely for exercise. But these comments of people literally saying, like, don't hurt yourself. People can, still just showing you the clock here. It's a little app on my phone. It's called WOD Timer, actually, really handy. People will not do it and they'll be scared. And I've worked with so many elderly adults. I've worked with people with chronic pain. I've worked with people who have just orthopedic surgeons, doctors, physical therapists telling them to not move certain ways and to not hurt themselves. And those people, guess what they do instead of that? They sit on the couch and do nothing and then still end up hurting in their body because they're not being physically active at all. And I'm not saying you got to do what I do. I'm just showing you what I do as a form of physical activity, and this is what I like to do. Find something you enjoy. But here's the deal too. Human beings, we're all going to have a little bit of nagging pain day to day. Most of us, even myself. I'm very flexible, I'm very fit, I manage my stress well, and I still have naggy little stuff every single day. But usually after I do a workout or just get up and start moving, have a little bit of food, get my day going right after I get out of bed, I'm feeling a lot better. And that's kind of the mindset I'm hopefully bringing to you guys, is that doing exercise is one of the best ways to strengthen your body, but also reduce pain. Because if your tendons and ligaments aren't strong enough, all the force from that muscle is getting put into them, right? So that's exactly why a lot of people develop tendinitis or inflammation of the tendons, because their tendons are weak compared to their muscles. And a lot of the workouts that I do now are focused as kind of like prehab exercises, or maybe even physical therapy exercises, very deep ranges of motion, trying to build my tendon strength, and knowing that when I build my connective tissue strength, such as tendons and ligaments, anatomy is tough. Tendons and ligaments takes longer to build, but if I can build those, I'm 26 right now, in 10 years, in 20 years, how is my body going to perform and feel with that level of strength in those areas? My muscles are going to be able to output so much more force because my body can actually handle it, absorb it, and use the strength as is. Just getting a little dancer. If you ever listen to a song in the gym that's really gets you going and in the mood, I can't tell you how many times I feel like I'm just like dancing, or do start dancing, or not dancing, but you kind of like do those cool moves like you're running the world. That's the kind of funny thing about fitness too, is like we go in here and like, I feel like I'm, completely a badass, and like, but in all reality, I'm just lifting weights. And I think that's another important thing to note too. Like, guys, this is fun, and I think it is serious to be healthy, but at the same time too, it's my choice, and I don't press this upon others. If people aren't ready to make these changes yet, a lot of people know me actually. When it comes to fitness and health, I rarely talk about it unless other people bring it up. And that's another aspect of this too, is to just not take it too seriously, because if you're coming from the perspective of doing something you enjoy, it's going to look a lot different than other people's. My training looks wildly different than basically everyone I know, and it's fun for me, it keeps me fit, and it's something, at least as of today, I can imagine doing for a very, very long period of my life. We are all finished today. Love you all. See you later.